On today's show, I will be building a quad core coil that is twisted. We're going to need a few things to do this. Of course, you're going to need the handy dandy vise, power drill, got our ruler for measuring, pliers, wire cutters, and of course the wire which we'll be using today to make the quad core is a 25 gauge stainless steel, which once we start pulsing it later should give us some pretty cool colors. I hope to get some good pictures of the coil once it's been heated. So without further ado, let's start cutting the wire. So of course, as you're unraveling this wire, you're going to want to keep your thumb inside so that this thing doesn't unspool itself, and just kind of gently smooth the wire, keeping it straight because it's very springy, like so. And you're going to want to measure off about 8 inches. So get it on the ruler where you want it, pinch it, and snip it. And there's one. So now all I gotta do is repeat that process 3 more times. Once you have your wires all cut, you put an L bend in them like that. I'll spin it slowly so you can see. You got each one of the sides of the chuck. You make sure you keep them as straight as possible coming out the end of the drill, like so. And then, next step is securing them in your vise. When you secure them in your vise, you want to take your finger by the chuck and slide it very slowly, making sure that wire stays evenly as you bring it to your vise. Get lined up at the correct level, like so, and just tighten it up. Tighten up nice and tight, okay, like so. So the next thing you do is you pull it, put some tension on it. You want to keep tension on the wire when you're spinning it, like so, and just slowly start to spin it. Doesn't matter which way you spin it. As you can see, the twists are starting to form in it. Let's take a look at it with the macro camera. As you can see with the macro camera, that twist is looking just about perfect. I like the spacing and I like the gaps on it. It should be able to collect juice very well. So I think I'm going to stop twisting it right about here. Here's a tip when removing your wire from here. You're going to want to back turn this a little bit. So put your drill in the opposite direction for about 3 turns. And that will take some of the tension off the wire, so when you remove it, it's not going to be so springy. Now you can disconnect it from your drill. And now we can start making some coils. Well, as you can see, when you do wire winding like this, it doesn't always wind consistently all the way through. And right about here, I can see it doesn't look as consistent. So I'm going to use more of this side of the wire for making the coil, as opposed to this side, so I don't have to worry about that imperfection showing in my pictures. But to get to that point, first you clip off this end right here, because you don't need this anymore. And end over here. You don't need this end anymore either. And we'll start winding that coil. Today we're going to go with a 3mm inside diameter because I want to put a lot of twists on this. So I can hopefully get a lot of good pictures with this. Line it up on your arm like so. Put your thumb on it, give it a pinch. And then just start going around the Allen key like this. Don't worry too much about the spacing at first. You just want to get that tension going on there. This can be done on a vise, or it can be done by hand like this. Either way, you got to do what you feel is the best way to do it. Just keep winding it like so. It's going to ohm out probably pretty high, but that's okay. I'm not really using this as something to actually vape on so much as something I want to be able to take pictures with. I'm going to grab my pliers, give her a little tug, get that tight right there. Because now that should stay in place. Again, continue wrapping, like so. Oh, hard to keep on camera, sorry about that, I apologize. And eventually, it should look like that. Adjust the spacing a little bit. But it just look like that, and there's that imperfection I was talking about right in there. So that won't affect the photo at all. I apologize for going off camera. It's not as easy as you think to film this. But if you see my other coil video, you have seen how this gets wrapped before. But let's take it from there. Take a little cutter, just match the end with that end like that. And there we have our coil. Let's put it in and heat it up. A little more. Looks pretty good. I'll bring in the macro lens and we'll take some pictures and see what colors we can find with that. So we're back up top, and I know what you're thinking. Those photos are disappointing. I'm disappointed too. I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong, as I've never actually built with stainless steel or took pictures with stainless steel before. But either I pulsed it at too low a temperature, or I pulsed it at too high for too long. I'm not entirely sure. If any of you are good at taking pictures of coil colors, please feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what the trick is, because as far as I know, it's going to be some trial and error until I can get it right. But to compensate for lackluster pictures I've taken, I decided to wick it up. It comes in at 0.18 ohms. There's 8 wraps on that 3mm interior diameter, and I put on my Hell vape and see what she does. Try it out. Well, it's a cloud chucking beast, that's for sure. Flavor's good too. Well, at least that part of it was a success. I mean, it's actually a really good coil. I was surprised at how good that turned out, honestly. So, Yeah, lackluster pictures, but that's a cloud chucking coil for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found some of the stuff I did informational. Again, I apologize for the photos. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell in the bottom of the window. But of course, as usual, you know what to do. Later, vapors.